stories glow. Palm lantern ignite, where the tales will flow. Whispers of the night, under moonlit skies. Every word so bright, in your minded eyes. Lantern light guides you through the night. Every tale in sight makes your heart ignite.
Samuel was the second child in a family of 7. He came from a low-income background. During his secondary school days, he would do menial jobs to support himself and his younger siblings. When he got admission into the university, he was awarded a scholarship because of his good grades. He shared the money with his parents. His father would use the scholarship funds to settle bills and give Samuel a small portion for school. After his bachelor's degree, Samuel secured admission into a master's program in Canada. He graduated from university and landed his first tech job in Toronto. It felt like the beginning of a dream. His father and mother cried tears of joy on the video call from Cross River. His cousins flooded his WhatsApp with congratulations. Aunties who once doubted him now called him the one who made it. At 24, Samuel became the family's pillar, their safety net, and sometimes their only hope. The first paycheck came. Half of it went home without hesitation. He sent his father the money to settle his debt and his mother's medication. After sending that money, a month later his parents came complaining to him. They complained about Nigeria's economy, how things were expensive and life was difficult. They wanted money for his younger brother's school fees. He sent them more money to pay the fees. Not quite long, his uncle called asking for money to clear a few debts. It felt good at first that he was able to lift his people as he rose. But then came the second month, and the third. The requests didn't slow down. They multiplied. A cousin needed help registering for college. Another relative's rent was overdue. A friend of the family was sick and needed help. Samuel found himself saying yes, again and again, even when his own bills stared back at him, even when he had nothing left to save. He called it love. He called it duty. But deep inside, he was crumbling. It was even difficult bonding with friends on social media. There was a friend whom he hadn't seen for 7 years, who was also his friend on social media. They hadn't connected in a long while, because they got busy with their lives. One day, the friend sent him a direct message. Samuel was so happy to hear from him. After exchanging pleasantries, his friend told him to send him some money that he needed to pay some bills urgently. Samuel was disappointed that his friend only chatted him up because he needed money. He became reluctant to chat with friends on social media. He realized that they were not interested in his well-being. They only cared for money. It was difficult to tell who had genuine needs. Samuel was managing to get by even when he was earning good money. He couldn't even save money for emergencies, not to talk of investment. His world was falling apart. He didn't talk about it. Not with his friends, not with his family. How could he, when this was the unspoken code of many Africans in diaspora? You make it out and you pull others up. You succeed and you give back. You don't question it. You just carry it. But one night, when his little sister asked him for money for textbooks, Samuel hesitated, just for a moment. That moment haunted him. The guilt was instant, but so was the realization. If I fall, who catches me? That night, Samuel sat down and took stock. He looked at his budget, his goals, and the invisible weight he was carrying. He still wanted to help. He needed to, but something had to change. He needed structure, boundaries, a way to give that didn't leave him empty. He created a monthly family fund, a fixed portion of his income set aside for support. He called a family meeting. It was awkward but honest. He told them, "I love you. I want to help, but I also need to build a future." Some understood. Some didn't, but it was the beginning of a change. Then, Samuel did something bold. Instead of just sending money, he started teaching skills. His father started his real estate company after retirement. He helped his cousin set up an online freelance profile and coached him through his first jobs. He gave his mother capital to start a small baking business and to help her learn basic accounting. Slowly, the calls for help turned into updates of progress. His family didn't just survive, they began to grow. A year later, Samuel had savings. He was preparing to buy his first home. His father was thriving in his real estate company. His mom no longer needed his monthly support. Her baking business paid her bills. His cousin was making his own money too. Samuel didn't abandon his responsibility. He redefined it. He turned handouts into empowerment, guilt into strategy, and pressure into purpose. Black tax is not a burden, it's a bond. But for it to be beautiful, it has to be balanced. When you give with intention, when you set boundaries with love, you don't just carry your family, you help them fly. And in the process, you give yourself permission to rise, too.
Underneath the stars, worlds begin